In today's video, well, I'm at the ugly house and, well, I've got a really ugly butcher block countertop. I gotta tell you, it's weathered and it's seen better days. I mean, really better days. Today we're bringing this worn down butcher block countertop back to life. It lives in our semi-outdoor kitchen, and well, let's just say that the original mineral oil finish didn't hold up too well over time. You know, it looked great at first, but between the moisture, sun, and daily use, it just couldn't keep up. So, we're switching things up with a rub-on polyurethane finish. So why don't we just, well, jump right into it? What I'm going to do to get started is I've got to sand the surface of the butcher block, get us past that mineral oil that's been applied, and get us to the bare wood. Now to do that, I'm going to start off with 80 grit sandpaper, and then I'm going to work my way up to 100 grit, 150 grit, and then on to 220. And that's going to get the surface of our butcher block ready to accept a new finish. Now I want you to expect to use a lot of sandpaper on a project like this. This is where you don't want to be stingy. You want to go out and invest in, well, a fair amount of sandpaper to do a really thorough job. Now that the butcher block surface has been completely sanded, we've used 80, 100, 150, and then I finished it off with the 220 grit sandpaper. Now it's time to clean up all that residual dust that was left behind. The way we're going to do that is we're going to vacuum it up, then I'm going to use a tack cloth, and of course I'm going to finish off with mineral spirits. Now once you've thoroughly removed the dust with a vacuum, it's time for us to move on to using our tack cloth here. I want you to resist the urge to open it up fully. Keep it folded. And once one side fills with dust, flip it over to the other side. Once this fills up with dust, well, you want to open it and fold it over to the other side. You'll use less tack cloths and you'll know whether or not you're picking up dust. So keep it folded. Now it's time to move on to our mineral spirits here. Make certain that you've got a clean cloth, and it's also a good idea to be wearing gloves as well so that the mineral spirits don't come in contact with your skin. Beyond getting the dust particles that the tack cloth and the vacuum left behind, mineral spirits is great at getting rid of grime and wax or whatever kind of dirt appears on the surface of the wood that sanding, just for whatever reason, didn't eliminate. All right, our surface is prepared. We're ready to apply our finish. And what I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using this right here. It's a wipe-on poly. And you don't need a brush to apply it or a roller. All you need is a clean cloth like this. It's going to take several light coats. So my suggestion is that you take that cloth and you just cut off a square. You don't need that big rag to apply the finish because it's going to wind up absorbing a lot of the finish, and you want that finish, well, you want it on the wood. So just use a little small piece of the cloth. Now make certain that you use gloves while you're applying that polyurethane. You know, it's durable, it's low maintenance, and just like mineral oil, it provides a food-safe surface. Now, if you have wood projects that you know you've got to get to in the future and you're going to be using rub-on polyurethane, well, you can make your own. That's right. It's easy to make your own. And, you know, save a few pennies. You know, the rub-on polyurethane that you purchase in the store, that's for convenience. But if you know you're going to be using this stuff quite a bit, well, make your own. And the way to do that is you take polyurethane, oil-based like this here, and what you want to do is you want to take mineral spirits and you want to add, well, you want to do a 50-50 mix. And you can experiment a little. Sometimes I go with 60% polyurethane, and I go with only 40% of the mineral spirits. All right, our first coat of polyurethane has dried. And it's looking good, right? But what we have to do now is we have to lightly sand, and I mean really lightly sand. We just want to scuff it up a little bit. And to do that, we're going to use 500 grit sandpaper. You just want to create a little bit of a scuff to help the second coat adhere. Now, once you get the surface scuffed up really good, you'll want to take a tack cloth and go over it just to get up any residual dust that's left behind by scuffing it up. But there isn't going to really be a whole lot because, again, you're not really sanding it. Really, you're just scuffing up the surface to help the next coat of polyurethane really grab hold. All right, we've completed our finish. I put on 4 coats, and I got to tell you, I think that that's more than adequate. I got to tell you this. I love the way it looks, and I love the way it feels. This is Leah saying you can do this. See you next time.